Hello, this is the Daily Forex Report for October 6th. We are looking at the U.S. Japanese yen pair first. This pair broke through previous support, did pull back to close above it though. We are looking for this pair to potentially move higher and hit some resistance around 83.50, possibly hitting some support around 82.75. Now let's take a look at the Euro USD pair. Let me zoom in a little bit. This particular pair continues to move to the upside. We are looking for it to potentially go as high as 140.27, possibly as low as 137.31. Look for some resistance around 139.50 and look for some support around 137.95. Now the pound US dollar pair, this pair closed up by 1 pip. Basically created a doji bar, which could signal a sign of a reversal. It did break through previous resistance, but pull back prior to the close. Overall, this pair is moving sideways. There is a slight bias to the upside. Look for it to potentially go as high as 160.23, possibly as low as 157.57. Look for some resistance around 159.39, and look for some support around 157.75. Okay, now the U.S. Swiss, this pair continues to move to the downside, close lower. Look for it to potentially, on a reversal, go as high as 0.9736, possibly as low as 0.9530. Look for some resistance around 0.9685, and look for some support around 0.9575. Now, we do have the Bank of England releasing their rate decision tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus on that is that they're going to hold rates at 0.50%. We also have the Bank of England releasing their asset purchase targets. That's showing a hold at 200 billion. Now, we also have the the Central Bank of Europe releasing their rate decision at 7:45 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus on that is that they're going to hold rates at 1%. Now, we also have the Euro, the president basically holding a press conference at 8:30 to talk about this news release. So be aware of this. These are some very strong news announcements, and the market most definitely will be moving off of it. Now, let's take a look at the U.S. Japanese yen pair. Last time we got down to this particular price, this area of prices, you can see what the Japanese yen did the next day. And that's because the Bank of Japan intervened and pushed the currency higher. Well, it didn't last long. It's come back down, did break through that area during this session. So be aware that we could get a break to the upside, a very strong break to the upside, if the Bank of Japan wants to artificially move their rate higher. So definitely be aware of that. Definitely be looking for it. Where would I look to potentially get in? Take this high right here and look to ride it all the way up to around this point would be a safe bet. You should be able to pull over 100 pips out of that mark, basically taking this high, taking this low, and being able to exit at this point and go ahead and buy here. It does make it a very strong move, which is good because you want the market to have to prove itself that it's actually a bank move to the upside. Same thing to the downside. If we get a break, you know, today's low was at 82.75. If we were to drop down to 82.50, then at that point I would look to go short, knowing that the Bank of Japan is not going to intervene and is going to move lower. Well, I hope that helps a little bit for this next session. And until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.